Welcome back, y'all. This is Amanda with Molly Cole Creations. Today we are making a porch leaner sign out of wood and wooden letters. I purchased this wooden board from Hobby Lobby. It is sized 9 inches wide and 48 inches long. And it was, I believe, $14.99, but they do 40% off on their wood. And I cut these letters here at home. I do have a kit for them if anyone is wanting to make something like this themselves. And certainly you can buy wooden letters anywhere, Walmart or Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I'm sure that those are easily accessible. I am showing here how I get all the letters painted up. Now I am making mine double-sided. This is again for a craft class. So I'm just showing different variations on just for inspiration. Say hello. Hello. Say hello to Molly, our painter of the afternoon. We are going to get back to work over here. Molly is helping with the little wreath that we are using for the O. And on one of them, we're going to do that. I didn't lose. It actually never recorded. I showed myself painting the board, but it turned out I was out of memory and I didn't realize it, so it stopped recording. I painted one side black and I stained the other side with a Minwax stain called Early American. And you'll see how both of those end up looking out. So I did one set of letters in white and one set of letters in black. And then I had this little faux mini wreath that I thought might look cute as well. So I end up trying that out. And in the end, I ended up using both. I put one on one side and one on the other because I just couldn't really decide which one I liked best. And again, that just gives people options. It gives them multiple ideas. What she is doing right there, I do not know. Making a mess, it seems. But anyhow, I am back at it. I'm using just a sponge brush this time to do the black. And I did use chalk paint on all of this. The white was Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and this is folk art chalk paint. And I just take my time. It doesn't look like it in here because it's sped up, but just trying to avoid getting paint all over the edges. And this paint is very, very thick. So it's kind of easy to glob it on if you're not mindful of that. The big letters are a cinch. This is a very, very quick project. It's just kind of deciding what you want to do because your style, you can do any color you want, whatever looks good in your front door, whatever matches your other things. I'll probably do a round sign as well for the front door to hang on it and try to keep them looking, somewhat cohesive. And this is just a really quick and easy project. If the weather was better, I would have just cut the wood. I would have just ran and got some from Home Depot and cut it up. But at 40% off from Hobby Lobby, I really don't even think that that's such a bad deal, and that's easy. What's really nice about this particular sign is it's very kind of generic. It's not specific to one season or another, and you can leave it out year round. So if you're not someone that wants to change up their porch decor for every little holiday or every season, this is a really good option because it looks nice all the time and it's not too springy, too summery, too anything. All right, here it is laid out. I haven't glued anything yet, but I actually really like the black lettering on here. So I am going to leave that. And, of course, this isn't everyone's style, but I'm hoping it will give the people that join the class that day just some different ideas and variations. Now, as far as this goes, it will be, the cheaper of the two options, because that is a lot cheaper for me to provide the wood than this. For me and myself, I will probably use this. And I don't know if I'll use just this side or both, maybe change it up. As you remember, I do have the other side with the white lettering. At this point, I'm going to get everything glued down and decide on whether I like this spacing, which I think I kind of do. Leaves a little bit at the bottom there. But I don't know, adding a ribbon or a bow just might busy it up a little bit too much. I like the simplicity, and I think having the wreath gives it a lot more visual interest with not just being all wood. So I'm going to get it glued up, and we'll see how it all looks in the end, stood up. All right, I am using wood glue for this project. I believe it will be the best choice for these letters, being that they are going to be outside, and I want to be able to use my finger, and I don't want to just do a line of it and have it squeeze out or not get on every part of it. I've had signs knocked over by wind or gotten wet, and sometimes the letters pop off of the board, and I don't want that happening, well, for myself or particularly the people paying to make this sign. So I just use my fingers, and wood glue is not like super glue. You can just wipe it right off your finger. It's really no big deal. And I'm just spreading it around to make sure it gets on all the little edges and down the corners of each letter. But I'm just also trying to, wood glue doesn't always dry clear either. So I'm trying to avoid letting it squeeze out the sides once I apply it down, face down. I do just take a little paper towel or wet wipe to clean up anything that does spill over underneath it. So not a big deal. I don't know if you guys can hear my kids. They are home. They are off school this week, and I can hear them. So I assume that you all probably can too. So I apologize for that. But yeah, we live here. So there's noise, there's mess. So you can see I did get it a little bit on the edge there. So I'm just gonna, hopefully I take care of that. I believe I run and get a paper towel and fix that up. So once I get them set down, you can see I'm using, like in this one, I'm using a paint can because wood glue does not dry immediately. And I don't know if my letters were a little warped or if the board itself, I think it's the board itself that was a little bit warped, not like that I could see visually, but when I laid these down on there, I could see some of the pieces weren't laying flat. And so I just stuck something kind of heavy or with a little bit of weight on top of each of them until they were pretty secure. And once they did dry, they were fine. So far, anyhow, I have not noticed any lifting as of yet. I will keep checking. I did go ahead and put mine outside, and wouldn't you know it, it is snowing today. So that'll be a good test to see how it's going to hold up in the weather. I do recommend sealing these, sealing anything you put outside, of course. It's summer heat, the rain, the wind, all the things. So if you don't have a completely covered porch, I would say probably seal it. Especially I used chalk paint on the black, and that can easily get scratched up if it's not sealed. The stain, I wouldn't be as concerned about because stain does have this is oil based, and so it does have a bit of sealer already in it. And I did not record it, but I have already glued the white letters down. So that could also be why my board isn't completely laying flat, because it does have those letters on the other side already. So I've got them all glued and put down. This E kept trying to lift up on me, so I'm piling on a little weight to keep it down. And so it'll be good and stuck. And that is it. These are both complete. I'm just going to do a couple of the finishing touches. I did decide to go with some ribbon on this black one, or on the black side, I should say. And I decided just to use my staple gun to put it on instead of glue. I don't like hot gluing ribbon onto things if I don't have to. So I'm going to use this burlap one and the black and white check one. I think that'll look really cute with the white lettering and just the farmhouse nature of this one. And it ends up being really cute. At first, I was going to try to wrap it around just the two little sides, but you'll see what I do. I play around with it for a few minutes, and I did put, I think, one staple in it like this, and I just didn't think it was going to be the best way to do this. It'd be different if this was just one side of your sign and you could just wrap it around, right? But I didn't like how it was even getting on the side, because you'd be able to see it if it's facing the other direction. So I just kind of went another route. So what I decided to do is I cut the burlap just a little bit shorter so that it wouldn't come down that edge. And I fringed the little burlap edges just a little bit. I thought that looked really cute. And then I'm talking here, I'm telling you about how most people would just wrap this all the way around the board and then tie a knot. I put two little staples, you can see them on each side, but they're going to be covered by the black and white. And I did dovetail the black and white on the each end. And then I cut another smaller piece of the black and white and just tied a knot straight over the middle. And I'm going to put a staple right there as well. But once I zhuzh up the ribbon, you're not going to even know those staples are there. And at some point, if I want to remove this or change it up, I can do that with this. And that is that. We got that stapled on. It's not going anywhere. Just kind of zhuzhing them up. You see all those staples are hidden, and we only used 3. So we're not even damaging the board. And that, my friends, is it. Both of these are done. I did forget to mention the wreath on the other side. I also just used one little staple. One with the burlap and buffalo check ribbon at the top. Welcome to our home in white, and the wooden wreath. Very classic, very neutral, very beautiful. And this is our beautiful stained piece with the faux wreath and the black lettering. I think this one turned out just as beautiful and just as classic. Y'all have to let me know which one you like the best, which one you think turned out the best. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for spending your time with me today. I hope y'all are having a great week and staying warm and staying
Thanks for
safe. Thanks
watching.
again, friends.
Molly Cool Creations. Click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell. Bye. See you in the next video. And don't forget to watch every single video we make.